Hello everyone, myself Nandu Das. In today's session we will be discussing about topoisomerases. Now consider this is a DNA strand and replication is ongoing. This is the helicase. The helicase is unwinding the enzymes in this direction. Due to the unwinding in this direction there is a strain applied here. Due to that strain supercoiling happens. And the duty of topoisomerases is to relax the supercoiling. Topoisomerases are of two types, type 1 and type 2. Type 1 was discovered by Wang. Type 2 was discovered by Martin. All the odd numbered topoisomerases fall under type 1 and all the even numbered topoisomerases fall under type 2. It can induce cut only in type 1 topoisomerase, can only induce a single cut in DNA. Single strand cut. While type 2 topoisomerase can induce double strand cut. It can cut two strands of the DNA at a time. Type 1 topoisomerase does not require ATP. Type 2 topoisomerase requires ATP. It needs ATP to cut the both DNA strands. Linking number is the number of times both the strands of the DNA cross each other in a covalently closed DNA. The number of times the DNAs cross each other, which is here in this case 1, 2, 3 and 4. Here the linking number is 4. Type 1 topoisomerase change linking number by a factor of 1 and type 2 topoisomerase change linking number by a factor of 2. Type 1 and type 2 topoisomerase are found in both prokaryotes and eukaryotes. In type 1 topoisomerase, considering the case of prokaryotes, it can remove negative supercoiling only. Even though the type 1 topoisomerase is present inside the prokaryotes, it is not used in replication. In case of eukaryotes, it can remove both positive and negative supercoiling. It is used in replication. In case of type 2 topoisomerase, in prokaryotes, type 2 can remove both positive and negative supercoiling. In case of eukaryotes, it can remove only negative supercoiling. DNA gyrase is a type 2 isomerase and it is the first type 2 isomerase to be discovered. DNA gyrase is made of two subunits. It's a tetramer of two subunits. The two subunits are gyrase A and gyrase B. The formula is GYR-A2 and GYR-B2. Now let's take a look at the functions. GYR-A or gyrase A is responsible for cutting the strands. and gyrase B is responsible for providing ATP, which means the gyrase is ATP dependent in nature. Now let's take a look at the inhibitors of gyrase function. See, inhibitors have been asked at CSIR net various times, so memorize this area pretty well. Inhibitors of gyrase are nordixic acid, norfloxacin, serofloxacin, and inhibitors of gyrase B subunit is novobiosine. Now let's take a look at the mode of action of topoisomerase, the working of topoisomerase. Here we have a single stranded DNA strand, and here we have a topoisomerase. Every topoisomerase has an active site tyrosine group there, and this tyrosine has a tyrosine oxygen. See, you have an OH group here, and this oxygen is very nucleophilic in nature, and this oxygen attacks the phosphodiester bond. It attacks the bond and breaks it. Attacks the bond of DNA and breaks it. And what it does there are two possibilities. It will either form a bond, phosphotyrosine bond, will either form a phosphotyrosine bond with 3' OH or the 5' phosphate. It will either form a bond here or it will either form a bond here. Now, based on the structural and functional performance of the type 1 topoisomerase, it is divided into three types. First one is the type 1A. In the type 1A, the phosphotyrosine bond is formed with the 5' end. Here we have the 3' end, and here we have the 5' end. The oxygen will bind to the 5' end in case of type 1A, and it can remove both positive and negative supercoiling, except in case of reverse gyrase. Reverse gyrase introduces two supercoils. It does not remove the supercoils, it introduces two supercoils into the DNA. No ATP is required for type 1A topoisomerase except for reverse gyrase. Now, reverse gyrase is a huge exception. Type 1A, it works by cutting, then it passes a strand through the cut, strand passage, and then it reseals. If this is the DNA, the strand is cut. Now this strand, I will draw it a little more bigger. This strand is cut, and this strand is passed through here, and then resealing happens. This is the mechanism. Type 1B, it forms phosphotyrosine bond with the 3' end. Type 1A form phosphotyrosine bond with the 5' end. Now type 1B form phosphotyrosine bond with the 3' end. It works by It works by cutting. Now type 1A was cutting and strand passage. Now type 1B is cutting and strand rotation. And then resealing. Type 1C forms phosphotyrosine bond with the 3' end, and its working mechanism is cutting, strand rotation, and then resealing, and no ATP is required. No ATP is required for type 1C, and it can release or relax both positive and negative supercoiling. In case of type 2 topoisomerases, the function is, suppose this is the DNA, it forms a cut in both the strands and forms phosphotyrosine bond with both these ends. It forms phosphotyrosine bond with both the ends. And during the function, it introduces a cut to a strand which is known as, this is the strand which has been cut, the G segment or the gate segment, and passes a strand through here, passes a DNA strand through here, and this strand is known as the T segment. The strand which has been passed through that gap, through that cut through the G segment or the gate segment is known as transport segment. Or T segment.